understanding the positions of celestial objects, far more advanced than we had any idea was possible.
Yeah.
So if you want an analogy, in part, I'm trying to steelman you.
Yeah, I'm helping.
We have a situation in which the Antikythera mechanism gives you a possible example of what the flower of life might be. It might be a cryptic instruction. And a different version of this, the Kerala school of astronomy, which was a religious school in the south of India, in the west coast of India, more or less worked out.
Look at that beautiful thing.
Well, that's a reconstruction.
Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah, that's the real one.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you look at the actual reconstruction, what they think it actually looks like.
And if we
fascinating.
Can we get the video for the reconstruction?
Yes.
It's mind blowing.
What year was this that they believe it was constructed? 2,000 years ago?
This is when they still
2,000
believed in
years
the
ago.
Ptolemaic,
Yeah.
example of the world, but this doesn't seem to follow Ptolemaic equations, those 39 equations from
Well,
there.
it's, because of so many different factors, war, natural disasters, there's been a lot of moments in history where shit got lost. Just the pyramids are the best example of that, right? Like, what the fuck did they do? We don't really know. We don't really know how they did it.
Well, we were just talking about Werner Herzog.
Yes.
Werner Herzog created an entire film, Fitzgeraldo, just to test his theory about how to move heavy objects over a mountain. Right? So he wrote an entertainment to test an engineering theory. And this idea about entertainers not being scientists or engineers is just total bunk. Like, Werner Herzog is an engineer. And
he's also an actor in a cheeseball movie. He was in Reacher with Tom Cruise. He was the bad guy.
It was... Yeah, it gives that guy an opportunity to cut off his finger or something.
Hilarious.
It was hilarious.
He's good, though.
Hedy Lamarr, famous for spread spectrum technology.
Yeah.
So I
She
don't
invented
find
Wi-Fi, essentially.
That's one of the reasons I believe that we listen to people who have things to say. So if we go back to the flower of life. So Terrence has a couple of ideas, one of which is this is the shadow. Another of which is that once you go into higher dimensions, you should be thinking of these curvilinear structures. And then instead of focusing on the spheres, you should focus on the areas in between, the voids. And in crystallography, you might call this the interstitial voids. So there's several ideas that this confused, by the way, Neil deGrasse Tyson, because he said, I don't know where these shapes come from, but they are beautiful. That was like the faint praise that he ends his critique.